Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Marquette Golden Eagles Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. We have a very special game here today, episode 55 of the series, and it's our Year 4 Senior Day. After this game, after the next couple games to end the season, but after today, pretty much the mainstay of our foundation of this team. It's their last time here playing at the BMO Bradley Center. I created this team a while ago. Months before I even started this channel. I had it sitting in limbo. I told myself I'm going to start a YouTube and I'll keep this team just in case. I was super tempted to, just on my own make a dynasty with the team I had created, but I figured I would wait it out, and I ended up starting a YouTube channel. I customized every single player from their names to their equipment to their ratings, and now we're going to say goodbye here shortly, but like I said, the last time they'll ever suit up here from the BMO Bradley Center. And a very special thank you to everyone who has followed along. I really can't believe that this series has come to fruition, and how successful it's been, how long we've been at it. Here at the end of year 4. So we're now underway here at Senior Day for the final time as Thad Archibald, Chance Pelland, and many other players suit up for the final time. I feel like I had to switch it up. I've teased these new uniforms in thumbnails at times this year, but debuting them here today, I felt it was only right, to let these seniors don the new apparel at least once. We have the winged helmets, and I don't know if it's a little controversial, stealing the Michigan swagger, but I think we pull it off quite well. Craig Jones will start us off here on Senior Day as he stopped for a loss. Lost in the excitement, in the opening of this episode. I really do thank everybody for following along. This really is a very special episode. Year 4 Senior Days. Now we'll go with the read option to Walker, and he'll get ahead for 5. Now 3rd and 6. But as I was saying, lost in the excitement to start this episode, we're facing a number 3 Virginia team, 9-1 here. And we're going to go with a screen for Childress, and F.A. Scott and Walkport, the senior, can't hang on there. The screen was closed down, went to our second read, but Scott and Walkport cannot hold on. Not how he wanted to start here today. A 3-and-out as Eddie Stevens called upon for his first punt of the day. A junior, he'll have his senior day next season. It's at the 25, and it's going to be a fair catch and a good field position swing there. We don't get many fair catches in the punting game. Usually have to rely on pinning them towards the sideline, but a good result that time. Now Virginia takes over for the first time, and they'll go here for senior running back Taquan Mizell. A stiff arm as he breaks it past the marker for a first down, 12 yards on his first carry. The Cavaliers feature the top-rated quarterback in the nation at 99 overall. He's a lot of rumors that he'll be the number 1 pick in this year's draft. Another give here for Mizell, and he's showing a lot of quickness as Bobby Price, a last-ditch effort to bring him down. Wow, Mizell just gashing us here in the early goings. One of the best running backs out of the ACC. Now 1st and 10, UVA from the 30. And they'll get a screen there for Johnson. He'll break a couple tackles as he works into the red zone. Keon Johnson for 15. This Virginia team, the highest ranked team we've ever played. Back in year 1, we played a number 4 Notre Dame team. I think we lost that one like 35-10 or something like that. As Mizell, a catch out of the backfield and a big hit there from Kenny Johnson, 8 yards. A 2nd and 2 now from the 8. So yeah, I think Notre Dame at number 4 to this point, the highest ranked team we've ever played. We do come in winning 6 in a row against ranked opponents, although Mizell is having a very strong game and it might be a long one. Correction, that was actually Kai Morgan, his first touch of the day. Now UVA inside the 5 at the 4, 1st and goal. And they'll go for Mizell, and he's brought down a good tackle there by Bobby Price. And I must say, Price's tackling has improved vastly as the season has gone on. Price really struggled as a tackler, as did most of our team in the first few weeks, but have really put it together here since. Another give here for Kai Morgan as he stiff arms a man, but still brought down for a loss. 3rd and goal now from the 3. And they'll give back to Mizell. We went pretty light up front, probably a mistake, as Mizell works in a 3-yard touchdown for the Cavaliers as they take the lead. Before we get back to the action, we'll check out a few seniors here in the receiving corps that we're going to be losing, starting with F.A. Scott and Walkport, who we just saw a big drop there in that last drive. A transfer in year 1 from Ball State, I believe it was, so he had to sit out. Then he played the last 2 years, a bigger role this season, but still modest numbers. 16 catches, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, but his hands have been his biggest downfall. But still, he has provided a lot of athleticism and dynamic play. We gave him a lot of carries last year. 6 carries, 33 yards this year. Nothing really out of a Wildcat set, but we'll try and get him a few touches here and see if he can showcase his athleticism. Then we'll go to Jordan Pinson, who's been one of the few players on this team who have contributed all 4 years. Back in year 1, just 10 catches, but 132 yards, a touchdown, and then since then, bigger roles. And probably year 2, his best season, 47 catches, 492 for 4 scores. Last year, though, probably last year, his best year with 521 yards, 14.1 yards per reception. But this year, the numbers have dipped as a senior, and still no touchdown catches, but hopefully we can get him one here today. Lastly, here in the receiving core, we have Thad Archibald. So we are slated to lose 3 of our top 4 receivers, or maybe even our top 3. Last year, Archibald, 525 receiving yards for 14.6 yards per catch. This year, 33 for 448 all time. He did eclipse over 1,000 in the last couple games with 6 touchdowns. We'll try and get him one here today. The Marquette offense back out there trying to get something going after the 3-and-out. Sam Manning, the lone back, as he does get the carry. Sam Manning will take that ahead for 6 yards. Now Dusty Alexander in the backfield, 2nd and 4. Walker takes the snap. We'll drop that off for Doug Childress, who's really come along here. He'll get 8 and a first down. Marquette has come out victorious in their last 2 senior days. A win today would mark the biggest win probably in program history thus far. Walker back to pass. Trying to go for Archibald at the sideline, and we've seen Walker miss his receivers on those outbreaking routes a few times here in the past few weeks. Those are the passes that Walker's going to have to make, if we're going to emerge as a top 10 team in the nation. Currently at 18, the highest we've ever been, trying to keep it going here with the victory. Walker, another pass. I'll just dump that off again for Childress. A short one, now 3rd and 7. 2 catches already for the JUCO transfer, now a 3rd and 7. Marquette from the 43. Walker will pass here. Go for Scott Nwakpor at the sideline, and it's picked off by Garner, the top corner on this Cavaliers team. And I thought we were going to hit Nwakpor there. And a good jump on the ball by Garner. And Scott Nwakpor a little late to turn back, and not a good start here on senior day. That's a play, other teams we typically play against don't make, but here against a top 5 team, we can't be making those mistakes. Got to be a little bit tighter on offense. And that's going to be Lambert to Yates, and Yates a strong stiff arm as he runs over Kenny Johnson there. Now on defense, some players to highlight, and we have to start with Rob Bain. Definitely our MVP on the season. 15 tackles for loss, 13 sacks this year with a forced fumble. Overall, 15 sacks in 2 seasons. He was at Illinois back in 2013, transferred here, and we really thank you, Rob Bain, for kind of getting the ball rolling in the transfer portal, and what an acquisition he was. Probably the best player we've had thus far in program history. Really going to miss his presence on the interior. We'll also be without Reggie Watkins next season, 6'4", 330, and he's been in a backup role prior to this season, but really come on strong with 8 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, and he was kind of waiting in the wings with a strong D-tackle rotation ahead of him, but he waited his turn, and he's produced here in his first and only season as a starter. The Cavaliers now from Marquette's 41-yard line. Taquan Mizell, the lone back, and Lambert will pass. Nothing really open. He does find Yates, though. Yates extends the route, and a good play there. Lambert standing tall in the pocket and delivering a strike, 12 yards and a first down. Like I said, the murmurings around are saying that Lambert or Jameis Winston are going to be the number 1 overall pick in April's draft. So that'll be interesting to see how that uncovers here. And Chance Pelland, the senior, making the play on the ball, but he can't come down with the interception. That would have been the play there for Pelland. Would have been nice if he could have brought that down. Would have been a huge swing here on senior day for the senior free safety. And our safeties, I'm really worried about next season. We're going to lose both of our safeties as Andre LeVron gets in on the action, 10 yards there on the out route. Luckily, we will bring back all 5 of our corners on the roster, but we will be without our top 2 safeties here. So that'll be interesting to see how we go about replacing them. We might even move Kevin Davis, who we transitioned to corner for this season. We might even just move him back to strong safety. 2nd and 6 now after a 4-yard rush from Mizell. Virginia at the 15. Lambert to pass. He's just going to dump that one off for Mizell, and a big hit by Kenny Johnson, 3rd and 2. Typically, I wouldn't schedule such a difficult opponent for senior day, but I did not. I'm actually going to call a timeout. Did not like that look. Like I was saying, I would typically not schedule such a tough opponent for senior day, to make it a little bit easy, kind of bask in the glory of all these players, but did not expect Virginia to be a top 5 team, as Burns, the tight end, had that for a touchdown. Lenny Butler just froze in coverage, but we get bailed out. Virginia going to send out the field goal unit. Marquette now takes over at the 25, and they'll give to Dusty Alexander as he's closed off there, no gain. Now 2nd and 10, just over a minute left in this first quarter. Walker to pass. Just dumped that off for Malcolm Graham, the senior tight end, and that only gets 3 yards. 1 minute remaining. 3rd and 7 now. I think Virginia might bring pressure, but they do not. We'll just dump that off for Pinson, and that always works. The Z spot had an ace bunch, 11 yards for the senior. Now maybe the last play here of the first quarter, as Marquette will give to Michael James. Nothing doing, just runs into a block and loses a yard. And that will do it here in the first quarter. Not the best start here to Year 4 Senior Day, as Marquette trails number 3 Virginia 10-0. Really have to step it up and try and get some offensive flow going. But I think the defense, all things considered, have kind of done the job. Defense is holding up. As long as we can bend and not break in this one, I think we have a chance. Now 2nd and 11, open the second quarter, and we'll go with Craig Jones. And he's ripped down by a face mask, and that's exactly what we need in this game. Now Marquette from the 45 following the face mask, and they'll go another give for Craig Jones, and good defensive line play there from the Cavs in the trenches, limiting that to just 1 yard. 2nd and 9 now. Marquette goes empty. Walker takes the snap. And we're going to chuck it for Malcolm Graham downfield, and don't really get the arm strength on that when Walker's lack of arm kind of exposed there, luckily not intercepted. Trying to let the senior tight end make something happen there, but maybe not the best decision. Now 3rd and 9, Walker back out there empty. And we do have Pinson over the middle, and Pinson drops it. And that's going to be a 4th down now. Now Eddie Stevens on for another punt. And actually, I threw the offense out there. I was really tempted to go for it, but I didn't like the look, so I just took a delay of game. And let's hope Eddie Stevens can pin him back here. I don't know about this one, kind of rushed it. But it looks pretty alright. But he does get it to field it there. Morgan up the sideline, and he gets 11. Before we get back to the action, we'll take a look at a few more seniors here on the defense. And Philip Marshall, 2-year starter at right outside linebacker. He was solid last year, nothing over the top, but he wasn't bad. This year stepped up the production a little bit with an interception, but a good coverage linebacker, and we are going to have to replace him next season. Then there's Clay Diamond, who's been a primary special teamer, but more of a role here on the defense this year as a senior. 5 tackles for loss and a big forced fumble a few games back. Then at safety, we're going to lose Chance Pelland, who really came on strong in the second half of last year, kind of worked himself into his starting role, had a pick, a forced fumble. We already saw him make a big play early on against the pass, although he couldn't come down with the interception. This year, he's been a tremendous presence in run support, and he's even made a big impact as a returner at times as well. His counterpart at strong safety, Lenny Butler, he's been a contributor on defense the past 2 seasons, but more of a starting role this year. Has a sack, 5 tackles for loss, and 2 pass deflections. Like I said, we are going to have to replace both of our starting safeties, and I'm not too thrilled about that going into year 5. Virginia takes over now at the 24, already up 10-0. 6:52 remaining in the second quarter. Lambert will pass. Nothing open, and he'll throw that one away wisely. 2nd and 10, Lambert, another pass here. And so loft that one up towards the sideline for Yates, and that'll go for 4, and now 3rd and 6. Virginia entering the week at number 3. The Arizona Wildcats entering at number 2. So crazy shakeup in the top 25 as of late. 3rd down here, Marquette desperate for a stop. Lambert will find a man as Kevin Davis gets in there, but he can't come down with the interception, but a big play, forcing the 4th down, and we'll take it. Pinson will field this from the 33, the only player so far on this team with a punt return touchdown, that coming back on senior day back in year 2. Let's see if he can replicate that. Mike London, the head coach for Virginia, 4-8 last season, but up to 9-1 this year. Michael James a carry, and a good spin move gets him ahead for 7. So like I was saying, Virginia 4-8 last year, but 12-2, and ACC champs the year prior. So very up and down the past 3 years for the Cavaliers, but I think he'll take it. A 12-win season a couple years ago. Another give here from Michael James, brought down in the backfield. A big stick there by Mika Kaiser. 3rd and 3 now from the 47. And they'll go with the fullback Jeff Harris. He'll just run that ahead for 6 and get a first down. Now Marquette from the 40. And Walker will pass. He'll just get that off quickly for Malcolm Graham. Getting the senior in on the action. 6 yards, 2nd and 4. So Marquette pretty much all seniors in the receiving corps, but all freshmen in the backfield. Watkins in motion. They'll give to Craig Jones. And Jones brought down in the backfield, that time -3. And the running game really struggling to get going. If our running game is struggling to get going, typically not a recipe for success on this team. 3rd and 6 now. Quick dump off there for Archibald. And he works ahead for the first down. Tough, scrappy play. 6 yards in the first. Another first down for Marquette now from the 30 as they continue to drive here. We'll dump that off for Jordan Pinson. A good spin move to make the man miss. He gets ahead for 8 yards. Jordan Pinson, our second all-time leading receiver behind Grant Cooper. I think maybe 300 behind Cooper, but I don't know if he's going to get that. Alexander, he'll spin ahead as he's brought down past the first down marker. Another first down as Marquette is in the red zone for the first time. Good contain there off the edge, and the read option going for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. I think I'll put Pinson here on a slant instead of that drag over the middle. Walker takes the snap, and that does work. I think it does not. Butler jumps the route for the interception, and these Virginia DBs, not what we're used to playing against. Oh, wow, yeah, just too quick on that one. Pinson did have some separation at first, but Butler closed tremendously well, and he read that all the way to jump it for the interception. A big buzzkill there. Marquette was putting together a pretty nice drive, but it falls to an interception. I think that's just the first multi-interception game from Greg Walker this season. Now Virginia takes over. Another give from Taquan Mizell, and a good edge play there from Pelland and Diamond to bring him down for no gain. 2nd down now as we approach the 2-minute mark of this second quarter. As this first half winds down, Bobby Price brings down Mizell, as that'll bring up a 3rd and inches. And it looks like Mizell is hurt, and it might be a serious one, so we'll get back to you on that. Never like to see a player hurt, but with the way he's been playing against us, I mean, what are you going to do? Now 3rd and inches here for the Cavaliers. And Marquette, we really need to stop. Croce, the fullback, in motion, as they'll give to Morgan, the spellback, and Morgan finds the hole with authority, 13 yards, and he moves the chains. Now the Cavaliers just sending it here with 5 receivers. Lambert out there empty, 1.5 remaining in the half. Lambert to pass. He'll dump that for Robinson, and Bobby Price, a big hit. Only 2 yards, Virginia calls a timeout. 2nd and 8, Virginia approaching midfield. Another pass here from Lambert as he goes to his tight end Burns, brought down by Kenny Johnson, 3rd and 5. 3rd down here for the Cavaliers as we hit the minute mark in this half. He'll swing that for Burns, and we do bring him down just past the 50. I thought he was going to break free, and we will call a timeout. Wow, so we called a timeout thinking Virginia was going to punt here, and they're going to try and make us pay for that one. LeVrone in motion, Lambert to pass. And he will get the first down there to Yates as they burn their 2nd timeout. So I wonder if by calling a timeout that altered, their game plan. Were they just going to let it run down? Or did me calling a timeout, make them change their minds there? I think we might have just beat them on the timeout as Yates, another grab, having a big first half. Now Lambert getting this Virginia team back to the line quickly here. And he's going to launch this one towards the end zone. And Kenny Johnson almost brings it down deep down there in man coverage. I've been working on those jump balls, and so far we've had 2, but our player just did not corral them. And you can kind of tell just the way he throws the ball. Lambert, most definitely a 99 overall quarterback. Let's see if we can pick him off here at some point. Lambert to pass. And I should have stuck with LeVrone on those slants over the middle. I committed to the wrong player. But Lambert, a tremendous job reading that. 17 yards now. Virginia inside the 15, just 35 seconds remaining. And they'll hurry back quickly. Lambert from the shotgun. 30 seconds now. He makes an adjustment. Now back to pass. And he'll swing that out for Morgan. Just 1 yard. He goes out of bounds. 25 seconds remaining. Lambert 15 for 20, 120 passing yards so far. 2nd and 9. And that's going to be a false start. Now to be 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Spence in motion. Virginia from the 18, I believe. They'll get for Morgan a hard hit there as he gets airborne somehow. And it's going to be 3rd and 13. Looks like Virginia might just run it down. They still have a timeout, but they're going to try and hurry back, get one more pass off. Lambert in the pocket now. He'll swing that for Spence and just 2 yards. 4th and 11. Looks like they'll kick a field goal. This, I believe, a 31-yard field goal attempt to make it a 13-point game. The kick is up, and it's good. Still 5 seconds remaining. Cavaliers now up 13-0. Now Archibald will get his first chance on a kick return as he does muff it. Oh my goodness. There's no way. There's no way. We just got a safety. What? Oh man. I'm in disbelief. That is absolutely crazy. I wonder if that was designed. The Virginia knew. So the safety punt, what happened? I still can't believe it. Face mask. Okay. No face mask. So it was 13-0, but Archibald muffs it there. Chance Pelland falls into the end zone. So 15-0 Virginia at halftime here on Year 4 Senior Day. We're going to try and pick it up in the second half. At least get on the scoreboard, one drive at a time. We had a couple good drives there, but the interception there on that last one killed us. And we just got to make better reads, make better passes, and just make better plays overall. A couple drops also hurting us in this one, but our defense is hanging in there. But now they just need some run support. To make matters worse, we do kick off to start this half. We just pretty much gave them a 2-point handicap there. I still can't believe that. What? This is going to come down to a 2-point game, isn't it? Morgan on the return, and a good tackle there by Davis. Virginia takes over at the 26 now to start the second half. I still can't believe what just happened. That is too much. And they'll go give here for Morgan running with authority. And he's brought down there by Butler. A combo there of Johnson and Butler. Now 2nd and 6, Lambert from the shotgun. And he'll keep. Mike Johnson stays home to make the play. And he'll go for a 4-yard loss. A 3-and-out to start the half would be absolutely huge here for the Golden Eagles. Lambert back to pass. We'll just dump that for Morgan. And Bobby Price can't bring him down. Chance Pelland misses him. And Morgan squeezes his way up towards midfield. That should have been a stop. But Virginia extends the drive. First down for the Cavaliers from the 49. And so they jumped again up front, so that's going to go back 5. Virginia now behind the 8 ball. 1st and 15. Lambert to pass. And Chance Pelland was closing down, but Lambert gets that one to Yates. And that's been his primary guy here. Just a step late crashing down there with Pelland. And he was going for the interception. Virginia putting together a good drive here to start the second half. Already up 15-0 now from the 38. They come out in the I formation. Looks like Watkins might have jumped offside, but Morgan finds the hole anyway as he works that down to the 21. Now 1st and 10 from the 21 for the Cavaliers. They'll go with another give for Morgan. Another big play by Kevin Davis, getting him in the backfield. As I said earlier, I think Davis is someone we're going to move back to safety in a starting role next season. 2nd and 13, Lambert to pass. Looks like they'll set up a screen for Caldwell. Strong stiff arm against Price. And he'll get ahead for just 1 yard, a hard-fought yard. 3rd and 12 now, Lambert directly under center. Caldwell still in the game for Virginia, so I think Morgan may have got hurt as well. Lambert to pass. We'll just dump that one off for Caldwell. Strong truck there on Butler, but stopped short. A 4th and 3, and a field goal does make it a 3-possession game. Now Virginia on for a 32-yard attempt and another false start. Their 3rd of the game, and I think our opponents, all season have maybe just committed a couple. Excuse me, my voice, kind of tailed off at the end of that statement. Now a 37-yarder, I believe. As I said, this to make it a 3-possession game. Kick is up, and that's wide right. I think it's a freshman or a sophomore kicker for Virginia, not the best. And he misses just right there. Maybe that 5 yards making the difference in that situation. The Marquette offense back out there. 2 interceptions on the day. And they will start with a run this time. Dusty Alexander, some space to the outside. Works it past the 35 as he's forced out at the 40. A 29-yard rush there for Alexander, our biggest offensive play so far. Also lost in all the chaos, as I mentioned earlier, we have failed to mention that those 2 late athlete additions to our recruiting board, both of them also in attendance here today. Alexander, another give as he tries to spin ahead to the 45, stops short, just 2 yards. 2nd and 8 here. And Walker takes the snap. A quick dump off for Malcolm Graham as he works ahead for the first down across midfield. And just a few more players here to outline before we get rid of all that. So Malcolm Graham, 6'6", 255, a converted basketball player. Just 2 catches in his first 2 seasons. Now in year 4, has jumped into our starting tight end role with the departure of Grant Cooper. Definitely not as productive as Cooper, but still a good impact. Uses his frame very well, and 5 touchdown receptions. He's been a huge weapon for us inside the goal line. We're also going to lose Brian Joseph, a 3-year starter pretty much on the offensive line. His first year maybe started half the season, but started the last 2 years at right guard. But now this year he transitioned to center, and next year we'll be on our 4th different center in 4 years. Joseph, part of our year 1 recruiting class, came over as a JUCO. We'll also lose Tito Cruz at right guard, just a 1-year starter, and he has been our weakest link on the O-line, hoping for an upgrade at that spot next season. But still, thank you for your service, Tito Cruz, and we appreciate you being part of this original team. Now 1st and 10, Marquette at the 45. We go with the counter here for Alexander, and a big hit there off the edge. And these Virginia linebackers have been very stout today. 2nd and 9 now. Walker from the shotgun takes the snap. Sits in the pocket a little bit, rolls to the right, finds Thad Archibald up the field. And a big play there from Archibald. Ripped down by a face mask, no call. 22 yards for 21. First down now for the Golden Eagles. And they'll give to Craig Jones a good spin move as he's pushed and then bounces off a man. Got a little airborne. 2nd and 5. 5 yards that time. Just 3 yards on 5 carries. 2nd and 5, just 3 minutes remaining. Put Pinson on a vertical route. Didn't look good though. Just dump it off again for Malcolm Graham. A good spin move. Malcolm Graham works inside the 10. I didn't know he had moves like that. Now 1st and goal for the Golden Eagles from the 6-yard line. They'll go give for Michael James. And Michael James kept out. I thought he certainly crossed the plane, but I guess not. 2nd and goal now from the inch-yard line. I think we'll just go right back to it. Let Michael James finish what he started, as he does. And Marquette finally on the board. It only took 2.5 quarters, or more than 2.5 quarters, but tenacity pays off. We didn't give up, stuck to our game plan, and continued to execute despite a few bounces going the other way. Now 15-6, and we'll just kick the extra point to keep it a 2-possession game. 2:17 remaining in the 3rd as Castillo knocks in the extra point. Now Eddie Stevens on for the kickoff, and let me know what you think of our uniforms. I actually think these ones might be even better than the other ones, but I'm certainly open to some feedback there. I like the winged helmets, of course, being a Michigan fan. As brought down at the 30, maybe a clipping call. And this might be the most penalties. Oh no, a face mask. I was going to say that might be the most penalties any team has committed against us. But Kevin Davis, and that's a big one, 15 yards, accelerates the drive. Now Virginia from the 45. I wasn't even going to rock the winged helmets in this one. I was going to save that for maybe next year, but I thought they looked really good with this uniform setup. Lambert will keep, brought down by Rob Bain, and finally the senior Rob Bain getting in on the action. Rob Bain, the leading sack leader in the nation entering this week. 2nd and 12 now for Lambert and the Cavaliers. Burns checks off the line, then goes right back. Lambert takes the snap. Robert Williamson cannot bring it down. He's only had 1 interception all season after 3 last year as a freshman. And we just cannot bring in these easy interception opportunities. I guess it kind of does even out because there have been many opportunities in the last few weeks where we should have thrown an easy interception, but luckily we're bailed out by a CPU drop. And now Lambert brought down, and that's Rob Bain, and he breaks the single-season sack record with 14. He already did break Gavin Battaglia's sack record. Great spin move there. And like I said, we're going to miss him. Just a disruptor on the inside. I was worried on that one. Virginia had some guys downfield. Looked like they were open, but Rob Bain got home just in the nick of time. Now 4th and 20. And Marquette's going to get the ball, a chance to tie it up. Pinson has a chance to return this one. As he will break it to the right side. A spin move failed there as he works right past the 35. 1:10 remaining. 15-7 Virginia. Should be 13-7 if we're being honest, but we're not going to talk about that. 2 yards for Alexander. 2nd and 8 now. Alexander in motion. They'll get to Craig Jones. Tried to bust it outside. Ran into a block, and now 3rd and 12, a big loss. Craig Jones not getting anything going today. 3rd and 12 here, out here empty. Don't have to call a play, but I think we will. Why not? Go over the middle for Thad Archibald. He makes the catch, a big one that time, as he works across the 50. A 1st down, and we're set up to start the 4th quarter. 15-7 here. Marquette slowly working our way back, but a chance to tie it up on this drive. And Thad Archibald, the senior, a big play there. And this game has huge ramifications here down the stretch. We're definitely going to miss Thad Archibald as well next season. 1st and 10 from the 48 to start this 4th quarter of play. Quick out there for Scott Nwakpor as he works ahead for the 1st down. 1st down now from the 39. Alexander, another carry, tries to work back up the middle. Only a couple. I saw on the ticker down below that Virginia Tech currently beating Georgia Tech by a good margin, and Georgia Tech is our last game of this regular season. So I think Virginia actually plays Virginia Tech next week, and that would set up maybe an ACC matchup potentially, or decide who would play in the ACC championship. Now a big 3rd and 7 here for the Golden Eagles. Really need a conversion in this spot. Walker to pass. And we do have a space there with Scott Nwakpor, another big catch, and the forward progress gives him the 1st down. Another 1st down for Marquette, stringing them together very well on this drive. Walker to pass. And we have Thad Archibald beats the man off press and 13 yards to the 15. Walker has responded fairly well after that last interception, 1 of 2 on the day. And we'll start this set with a give from Michael James. He's been scrapping it up the middle so far, 5 yards that time. A rare game where Michael James has probably been our most efficient runner. Now 2nd and 5, and we'll go back to him. Finds the lane, and gets another 5, 3rd and inches now. And we will keep James on the field for this 3rd and inches, as he's brought down in the backfield. Read that all the way, Mark Hall, another big tackle, now 4th and 1. Less than 5 minutes now remaining in the game. 4th and 1, they'll go to Jeff Harris. As he brings it down to the 1, we'll just hurry it back and give it right back to him. Now Marquette back to the line. As they do get back to Jeff Harris, and he gets in for the touchdown. And it's now a 15-13 game. But it's senior day. We'll go for the tie. Walker back to pass here. No one was getting open there. Pinson, if he would have extended that route in the back of the end zone, would have had some space. But we do not convert. And that safety really might play the difference here. I maybe should have just went for 1. But I'm not sure. I was very indecisive there. Now Morgan out of the end zone. Let me know your thoughts. What would you have done in that situation? Morgan a good return there. Maybe a clipping this time. And I think that is the call. So much needed boost to this drive. We need to get the ball back. So either way, if Virginia were to get a field goal on this drive, we would have needed a touchdown. So I don't feel too bad about missing out. But Yates, an incompletion over the middle to start this drive, 2nd and 10. But I guess even if we do get the ball back, we still could win it with a field goal. So maybe I'm overthinking it. I guess maybe probably going for 2 was the better choice in that spot. Johnson in motion. Lambert to pass. And it's picked off by Kevin Davis. The JUCO transfer picks it off and he'll take it down to the 7. Jumped that route. And we needed to get 1. Kevin Davis picks off perhaps the best quarterback in the nation. And we're now in business, folks. Don't overthink it here, right? Just 4 runs. Try and get it into the end zone. Michael James back out there. See if he can put together some more good runs, which he does. Gets that one down to the 4. Hit hard. Holds on to the ball. Kevin Davis, his 2nd interception of the year. Now leads our team. Our first player to get multiple interceptions this season. Maybe the only one who will, as Dusty Alexander run up the middle and can't work it into the end zone now at the 1-yard line. Really wanted to get our seniors in the passing game involved, maybe get them into the end zone, but Unfortunately, that's just not how it worked out here today. Now 3rd and goal, go back to Michael James, and he gets in for the touchdown as Marquette will take the lead. And we will get another studio update following the extra point, and a battle here of top 10 SEC teams. Number 6 South Carolina 8-2 against number 9 Texas A&M, tied up here in the late goings of the 4th quarter. Big SEC implications in that game. Whoever wins that, a good chance at making the SEC championship. Now 3:42 remaining, 20-15. Virginia field this one from the 1. Here's Morgan. We'll break this to the right side, has some space, and Mark Henry trips him up. Are we getting another flag? Is this another clipping? Hold, wow. I don't think we've seen a hold on a kickoff. And is this Virginia team really this undisciplined? I even mentioned earlier how I think Virginia already has committed more penalties than like all the other teams combined that we faced this season. Another one added on. This will bring them back to the 20. 3:37 remaining. They're down by 5. Need a touchdown. Morgan to give. And so break this up the sideline. Still going. And Kenny Johnson barely gets there to trip him up. 39 yards for Kai Morgan. Virginia now already in Marquette territory. Lambert to pass. You're going to go with the screen. Rob Bain, a strong tackle in pursuit. Limits that to just 3 yards for Joel Caldwell. 2nd and 7, less than 3 minutes remaining. Lambert to pass. He'll swing that out for Johnson. And Robert Williamson, a huge hit. Don't know how that animation happened just from a dive tackle there, but 3rd and 1. The Cavaliers just 3 out of 9 on 3rd downs in this game. A short one here. And is that a neutral zone infraction or another false start? It's going to be a false start. What is happening? I don't understand why the Cavs are committing so many penalties. 3rd and 6 now. So, I mean, that's a pretty big swing. 3rd and 6 is a lot different than 3rd and 1, but regardless, 4-down territory probably for the Cavaliers. Now just over 2:34 remaining. Quick one there for Yates, and he's been solid all game, but he's going to drop that one now. 4th down. 4th and 6, still 2:31 remaining. Virginia with all their timeouts, but feeling a little pressure here. Let's see how Lambert delivers in this spot. And he finds his man Johnson, a good route. As Williams a little off in coverage. Keon Johnson 17 yards, keeping it going. Lambert 32 pass attempts. That might be the most a quarterback has recorded all season. We like to see that. Morgan breaks a tackle, and he'll work inside the 10, a 12-yard rush. 1st and goal for the Cavaliers now at the 9. And another false start. What is going on? I guess the Virginia O-line just really struggling with the hard counts, or I guess, you know, our fans probably going crazy in this one. Definitely playing into it. Now a 1st and goal from the 14. They'll go with a give for Caldwell. Breaks a tackle, and Lenny Butler just brings him down. Maybe we should have just let him score in that spot, but a 2nd and goal now from the 1. 2nd and goal for the Cavaliers. A chance to take the lead. As they do, Kai Morgan will rush it in. Marquette still does have some time, and 2 timeouts to their disposal. 21-20, Virginia going to go for 2. Stop would be huge here for the Golden Eagles. Would allow them to win the game with a field goal. Lambert to pass. Nothing open. He fumbles! And Antonio Carr recovers. I wish we were going to have had a scoop there and maybe taking it the other way for a couple points, but a huge play there on the 2-point conversion. Not only is our failed 2-pointer early on playing a difference here, but of course that safety that we had at the end of the first half is really the true difference in this one. 1:41 remaining. And we'll just give Pelland a chance here on senior day. Maybe the last return here in his home stadium. Decent as he does work past the 25. Following the interception, Marquette and Greg Walker have put together 3 straight touchdown drives. 1:37 remaining. Let's see if he can lead a comeback here. He'll start with a pass. And we'll go for Thad Archibald. That's almost picked off. Not a good decision there going against Kirk Gardner, the top corner, who already has an interception. Chance Pelland actually hurt with a bruised hand, so he'll miss the rest of this game. Now 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. And we'll just dump that off for Scott Nwakpor as he's forced out. 3rd and 2, he gets 8. A 3rd and short here for Marquette, and they will go to the ground game. And Alexander does get the job done. The clock will stop for now. Virginia outgaining Marquette by over 100 yards in this one, only up by 1 on the scoreboard. Walker rolls out, gets Pinson, and Pinson will bring that to the 45, 1:13 still on the clock. And Marquette probably needs about 25 more yards here to get inside field goal range. I'm going to go with Sam Manning. Manning a cutback, and so he'll get 4 yards. Less than a minute now left to play. Time still ticking off the clock. 2nd and 6. And Walker drops back. Gonna roll to the left and tries to get that for Pinson, but off the back foot, not enough arm strength, but that will stop the clock at least. Walker out there empty. 3rd and 6. We'll go for Kevin Coleman there towards the sideline. Probably a bad decision as he is brought down short. And we're going to call a timeout. A 4th and 4 now. And it really all comes down to this play. Now 4th and 4, trying to stay alive here on senior day. Walker to pass. Malcolm Graham, and he stopped short. We took the bad read. We had Archibald, but we went for Graham. And we're stopped short. And that's going to end in heartbreak here. A huge play there, a bad decision. And that's going to do it here on senior day in year 4. Probably the most important of the series thus far. UVA comes out in the victory formation. And that's going to do it here in Milwaukee. A disappointing result. That play is going to haunt me. We had a perfect opportunity there to keep the chains moving, and we couldn't deliver. As UVA will come in number 3, and they'll leave number 3 or maybe even higher this week as we lose by 1 point, 21-20. And this is a bitter loss, though. A fun game, you know. I can't complain. This is why you play the game. You play it for these competitive, close battles. And I was kind of getting complacent with our past victories. You know, winning 7 out of 8. You need a game like this to keep you on your toes. I was kind of getting bored, you know, of the gameplay. I was really thinking about adjusting the sliders or something a little bit, which maybe we still probably will do. But, you know, still a fun game. And, you know, we got to cherish these seniors, Rob Bain, Lenny Butler, Chance Pelland, Malcolm Graham, Jordan Pinson. As you know, we only have 1 or 2 more games with the bowl game. Only two more games left with these guys. And, you know, going into year 5, it truly is a new era of Marquette football, as, you know, to be like 95% of just AI generated players from our own recruiting classes. But an exciting senior day here in year 4, although we couldn't come away with a victory, unfortunately. Missed opportunities. Could have managed the game probably a little bit better, but that safety, it was the difference. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad we had a fun game, albeit in a losing effort. But like I said, you know, if we get results like this every time, I'm happy with that, even if we're on the losing end some of the way here. So as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.